You check into a hotel at 10 o'clock at night. You sleep, take a shower, and the next morning, a little card on the door reminds you that checkout is at 11. Wait a second, you paid for a night but you only had the room for 13 hours. If you arrived at 3 in the afternoon, you could have stayed for 20 hours. Same room, same rate, completely different amount of time. So why doesn't a hotel stay last 24 hours from the moment you check in? The easy answer is housekeeping. They need time to clean, and that's true. But it doesn't explain why thousands of completely different hotels landed on almost the same schedule. The real answer is that a hotel though isn't selling you 24 hours inside a room. It's selling you one spot in a tightly synchronized system, and 11 a.m. is when that system resets. First, let's clear up one surprisingly common misunderstanding. When a hotel charges you for one night, it usually isn't promising a 24-hour rental. It's selling occupancy during a defined hotel day, a period that begins around the posted check-in time and ends at checkout the following morning. That distinction's so established that some laws actually define a hotel day using the property's posted checkout time. In other words, the clock doesn't start when you pick up the key. If you arrive late, you're joining a hotel day that has already begun. That can feel unfair, especially after a delayed flight, but hotels are built around nights, not stopwatches. And once you look behind the room door, you can see why. Imagine a 300-room hotel that was nearly full last night. By late morning, maybe 200 rooms need to be stripped, cleaned, restocked, checked, and released for new guests. Bed sheets come off, towels leave, trash disappears, bathrooms are scrubbed, amenities are replaced. Then somebody has to notice the broken lamp, the missing remote, or the air conditioner that suddenly sounds like a lawnmower. And it all has to happen before a new wave of tired travelers arrives expecting a spotless room. The hotel can't spread that work evenly across 24 hours because occupied rooms aren't available to clean. It needs a shared moment when a large block of rooms becomes empty. That moment is checkout. This is why 11 a.m. and 3 or 4 p.m. fit together. Checkout creates a cleaning window, check-in creates a deadline. Between those two times, housekeeping's basically running a small factory. Except every product is in a different room, on a different floor, and the previous customer may still be packing. And the hardest part isn't cleaning one room, it's turning over dozens or hundreds of rooms at roughly the same time. The workouts also has to fit inside real human shifts. Hotels can't keep a full daytime housekeeping crew waiting around until every guest happens to leave. A common checkout deadline lets managers schedule enough people for the moment when the workload is heaviest. Even then, the rooms don't move through the system in a neat line. A housekeeper may clean one room while laundry teams move mountains of sheets and towels, supervisors inspect finished rooms, and maintenance races toward anything that could keep a room out of service. A hotel may know how many departures it expects, but not exactly when each guest will leave. Some people disappear at 6 in the morning, others walk out at 10:59. Some forget to tell the front desk they've gone. So housekeeping starts with the rooms it knows are empty, then keeps updating the list as more guests depart. That's also why checking out in the app, or simply telling the hotel you've left, can matter. Your message doesn't just close your bill, it tells the system, this room is ready to enter. Now imagine everyone received a private 24-hour clock. The guest who arrived at 3 p.m. leaves at 3 p.m., the guest who arrived at 8 p.m. leaves at 8 p.m., and the midnight arrival stays until midnight. It sounds fairer to the guest. Operationally, it's chaos. Rooms would become available in random waves all day and night. Housekeeping shifts would need to stretch much longer. Some rooms would sit dirty until the right staff arrived. And the hotel could no longer promise that a specific room would be ready for the next person at a predictable time. Standard checkout solves that problem by putting hundreds of individual stays onto one shared clock. It's less flexible for you, but dramatically more efficient for the building. And the hotel doesn't only need any clean room, it needs the right clean rooms. A family may have reserved 2 queens, another guest paid for a suite, someone else needs an accessible room or connecting doors. If 10 standard king rooms are ready, but the arriving guest booked the one suite that still has a late checkout, the hotel can't solve the problem by handing over whatever key is closest. Checkout time helps the property rebuild the exact mix of inventory it has already promised. And efficiency matters because a hotel room is unusual inventory. If a room sits empty tonight, the hotel can't put that night back on the shelf and sell it tomorrow. The revenue is gone. So hotels try to sell the same room night after night, with as little unusable time between guests as possible. Checkout time protects the next sale. Every extra hour sounds small until it delays a cleaner, blocks an inspection, or leaves an arriving guest waiting in the lobby. And check-in at 3 usually means the hotel promises rooms will begin becoming available around then. Not that every arriving guest appears at exactly 3. That staggered arrival pattern gives the operation a little breathing room. But a hotel that cannot safely build its plan around everyone showing up late. That's why a front desk can happily approve late checkout on a quiet Tuesday and refuse it during a sold-out convention weekend. The request is the same. The inventory pressure is completely different. And this is where checkout time becomes more than an operating rule. It becomes something hotels can sell. Some properties charge for a later departure. Others offer it when occupancy is low. Major loyalty programs also use late checkout as a reward for their most valuable members. Marriott, for example, offers qualifying elite members checkout as late as 4 p.m. at many participating properties, with important exceptions. Think about what that perk is really saying. The hotel is giving a loyal guest access to hours that ordinary guests don't automatically receive. Time inside the room has become a status benefit. But that benefit can create a puzzle behind the scenes. A 4 p.m. checkout may be the exact moment the next guest expects to check in. Hotels manage that conflict with room assignments, occupancy forecasts, housekeeping priorities, and exceptions at properties where late checkout is harder to guarantee. The rule bends, but only when the rest of the system can absorb it. Technology has made checkout faster, but it hasn't removed the deadline. Digital keys, app checkout, and automatic billing can eliminate the line at the front desk. They cannot strip a bed, clean a shower, or repair a broken air conditioner. The bottleneck was never returning the plastic key. It was transforming a used room into a room that feels untouched. Some newer hotel concepts do experiment with flexible arrival and departure times. Day-use platforms also sell rooms in shorter blocks, so a different system is possible. There is another reason hotels sometimes reserve that flexibility for people who book directly. A flexible time benefit can pull travelers away from third-party booking sites and into the hotel's own website, where the property controls the relationship and may avoid paying a booking commission. But flexibility has a cost. The hotel needs spare inventory, more complicated scheduling, a direct booking incentive, or a price high enough to cover the disruption. That's why flexible time often appears as a paid upgrade, a loyalty perk, or a special offer, not the universal default. So why do hotels make you leave at 11 in the morning? Not because 11 is magical, and not simply because the hotel wants to take the room away from you. Checkout is the synchronized handoff between two customers. It gives housekeeping a predictable block of rooms, gives maintenance time to catch problems, and gives the front desk a chance to keep the promise made to tonight's arrivals. You didn't buy 24 hours. You bought one hotel night inside a system designed to reset the entire building every day. And the next time you ask for late checkout, listen carefully to the answer. If the hotel says yes, it isn't just giving you another hour. It's betting that the rest of the system has enough room to bend. That's what was hiding past the fine print. If you enjoy discovering the forgotten reasons behind ordinary rules, subscribe. There are a lot more hiding in plain sight.